What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam, and today I'm back with a brand new lifeguarding video. If you guys are new to the channel, I make a bunch of content about how to pass the course, how to pass the pretest, basically everything you need to know about becoming a lifeguard. So definitely consider subscribing and liking the video if you're new to the channel. Also, if you're interested in becoming a lifeguard and you're yet to take the course, I've made my own course down below in the description. Basically, it's a course that will walk you through every single pretest, the lap swim, the brick dive, the treading water. Basically, those are the three that you have to take in order to become a lifeguard. So I have videos of me swimming, walkthroughs, PowerPoint slides of in-depth explanations for each one. Step by step, I'll break down every single one. So if you wanna make sure you pass on your first try and you don't wanna risk spending the money and not passing, definitely check out my course to help you succeed. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about how to make your first save as a lifeguard, how to make saves, the 3 key factors to make sure that every single scenario that presents itself, you'll be able to handle it with ease. So let's hop right into the video. Step 1 is all about awareness. It's locating the hazards, reading people, making sure that you are completely understanding what's going on, understanding that, okay, certain actions have certain consequences, there's a cause and there's an effect. So it's all about building good habits, scanning the pool, and identifying things that could go wrong. So let's say you're guarding a pool, you're guarding about 20, 25 kids, they're swimming in a space, and you notice that there's kids with different skill levels, different swimming abilities. So this is actually a very important thing to keep in mind. As you guard and as you scan a pool as a lifeguard, you wanna place extra emphasis to those that you think are weak swimmers. So basically just using your eyes, just a simple eye test. Let's say you're watching a kid who's doing front crawl like perfectly, like perfect form, and then you watch another kid who's doing doggy paddle and he's struggling. Obviously, just based on probability, if they're swimming around in a space, like completely ignoring like jumping in the pool, colliding with someone, like all the other things that could go wrong, just talking about like swimming in a pool, the kid that's breathing heavily doing doggy paddle is most likely gonna need your help in comparison to someone who's doing front crawl, breaststroke, backstroke like perfectly. So although you wanna account for every single person, you wanna scan the pool, you wanna keep in mind of who's entering, who's exiting, the volume of the pool, looking below you, looking at the bottom, you wanna place extra emphasis towards those who are weaker swimmers. Now, another thing about being aware and locating hazards is about reading people. And what I mean by that is expressions, facial expressions are very important. So sometimes you'll see someone treading water in the center and they'll like just be treading water normally. But if you see a worried look on their face, if they're making eye contact with you, if you see that they're breathing heavily or like they're turning red or like you see panic in their face, that's a really big indicator that they need your help. Now this usually happens like the most common scenario of your first rescue. This can be someone swimming out to an area where they cannot stand and they ran out of stamina, they don't have enough energy, and they need a simple assist. And basically a simple assist is just going in, picking them up if they're like a smaller kid, or like reaching out with the tube, having them grab on, or just going in and just putting the tube underneath. Basically what's going on is they're just tired and they need something to hold on to catch their breath. So if you have a really good scanning pattern, just do whatever works for you, a natural pattern. It could be circles, it could be like a box, it could be like zigzag, whatever it is, just do what you're comfortable with, scan the pool, read facial expressions, place extra emphasis on those who are weaker swimmers while acknowledging everyone at the pool, and also keeping in mind cause and effect. So if you see some kids spinning on the diving board or jumping multiple times, like bouncing up and down the diving board, immediately in your mind, you should be like a parent or like a babysitter in the sense of like, okay, if he slips, he'll hit his head. Okay, if he spins around, he might hit his chin on the wall. Or if he's jumping off the diving board before looking to see if anyone's below you, he'll land on someone and they'll both like hit their heads or something like that. Through this mentality of, okay, if this person does this, this could happen, it'll trigger your mind to think, okay, I should probably tell them to stop doing this and explain why and what could happen. So if they're running on the pool, you should say, hey buddy, stop running because you could slip and fall. You give them a reason for their actions, and this is kind of the mentality you have to have in order to prevent obviously anything from happening, but also while you're scanning to recognize things that could go wrong. So step 2 takes place after you recognize let's say you see someone, they need your help, they're looking at you with a worried face. Step 2 is all about execution and it's all about the approach. You do not want to have any panic in you. You want to be very cool, very calm. You want to combine 3 different things. 3 different things are your human natural instinct, okay, your ability, just you as a lifeguard. Number 2 is what you learned in the lifeguarding course. Number 3 is like what the procedures are at the pool you work at or the lake you work at. So obviously every place has like an emergency action plan, but you don't need to activate the EAP if it's a simple assist. So if someone just needs something to hold on to, what you'll do is you'll blow the whistle a certain amount of times, whatever the facility requires. You're gonna have smooth motions. You're not gonna quickly panic, grab the tube while it's still wrapped around your leg or something and you like trip and fall and it's all tangled. What you wanna do is you wanna think by a process. So step 1, okay, I have the rescue tube. Step 2, I wanna carefully climb down the lifeguard tower or get up from my chair, wherever you're stationed at. Step 3 is you wanna have like either a compact jump or a stride jump while maintaining eye contact with the victim. Or if he's closer to you, what I'll do is I'll reach out with the tube. No, what people forget is that they always like abandon communication. They just like think, okay, I cannot talk to this person. Although this person's struggling, their priority is like obviously keeping themselves above water. What you can do is you can easily communicate with them. It's like, hey, like, are you okay? Do you need my help? And this will allow you to know for certain that they need your help instead of jumping in and then being like, oh, I'm just treading water. So, but yeah, the approach is all about eye contact, communication, execution. Everything needs to be smooth and controlled. And this all takes place after you like blow the whistle a certain amount of times and you just make the save. So step 3 is all about comforting the victim and controlling the situation. So now that you're with the victim, let's say you're holding onto the victim or he's holding onto the rescue tube, what you should do is you want to reassure them that everything's okay. You want to be very friendly. You want to be like, hey, you're all right. My name's Adam, blah, blah, blah. Now you want to read the situation in the sense that it's a very, very simple rescue. You don't want to overdo it and start asking them a bunch of questions and like really trying to comfort them as if they like was in a very extreme situation. So you want to read the situation. Obviously you want to comfort them, say everything is okay. You want to put them back on the side. If they're cold, get them a towel. If they're dehydrated, get them water. Obviously, if they hit their head, it's a whole backboarding process. So during that time, you want to reassure them that everything's gonna be okay, like you're doing fine, stuff like that. It's very important to do that, especially with younger children, because they typically start to like panic and they're like embarrassed. You want to kind of soothe them and handle their emotions a little bit. So it's definitely about being friendly, presenting that they're safe. And once you signal to them that they're safe, their like heartbeat starts to go down and everything's good. So if you're by yourself, what you want to do is you want to make sure that everyone else is out of the pool. Typically people will help you. Let's say like parents are there, or like normally other lifeguards will be there. Like I said, with reading the situation, if it's a simple assist, you don't need to clear the pool. You just bring them to the side, bring them to the shallow end so they can stand up, stuff like that, and reassure them like, okay, like you swam a little bit too far out, stay closer to the steps, stuff like that. So those are kind of the 3 tips. It's all about awareness, approach, communication, controlling the space, relaxing the victim, using your natural instincts, but also incorporating what your facility wants you to do in terms of the action plan, and also the skills you learned in the lifeguarding course. So I hope this video helped you. It was kind of like a rant format. It wasn't really structured. It was just kind of like I got my camera, I put it down, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna talk about how to make saves, how to make your first save, stuff like that. So I guarantee you, once you have your first save under your belt, it's kind of reassuring. It's kind of a nice feeling because you feel like you did something. You feel kind of like a hero. So it's pretty awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next upload. Thanks so much. Peace out.